My name is Jason Alburn. This is my story. Story of truth, discovery, and all the emotions felt along the way. I went looking for a legend, but found so much more in the process. To any who might find this journal, let its contents be known to the rest of humanity. This story will reveal many truths, ones that will most likely result in my death. Here lies the story of my final days, and the tale of the Last Lamia. Lamias, a species unlike any other, a legend all but lost to humanity. A folktale told to me as a child set me down the path, a tireless search for their existence. For my own reasons, I had made it my primary objective to prove that these mythical beings surpassed the bounds of fiction. I had finally stumbled upon a clue, an iota of a lead that blew me to an exotic part of the planet, a dark, desolate jungle island declared uninhabited by the people of Fiji. Though the island has been restricted and cut off from normal tourist routes, there have been those foolish enough to set foot on Monoriki and disappear beyond the thick jungle foliage. I visited the island myself, believing that this case and my search might very well be connected. I arrived on one of the neighboring islands early morning of the 4th of June. Many tourists were vacationing in Fiji at this time, celebrating their first stretch of summer in style. Rich families, newlyweds, even some college students were all greeted by the welcoming faces of the natives. While my fellow passengers began their fun-filled vacation, I set out toward the main harbor to find a ship that would carry me to my destination. However, my conversation with the man in charge went south the second I mentioned that island.
Monoriki? Young man, of all the beauty the Fiji Islands have to offer, why on earth would you want to travel out to such a hellish place?
I'm here searching for something very important. I believe there's a chance the mystery shrouding that island is connected to my search.
Boy, with all due respect, Monoriki has been declared uninhabitable for years, and for good reason. If you knew what awaited you on that island, you would realize that whatever secrets it may hold must remain secret. My advice? Steer clear of that island and any matter relating to it. It'll only get you into trouble.
Believe me, sir, I'm no stranger to trouble, and I'm not afraid of whatever I might come across. I've done my research well in advance of coming here today, so I'm more in need of transportation than a lecture.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I was talking to the wisest of all the wisecracking teenagers. It's your type that always goes missing. You come poking your nose in matters that don't concern you, and what does it get you but a one-way ticket to death's door? Besides, even if I were gonna get you on one of those boats, which I'm sure as hell not, it doesn't matter in the slightest.
Why is that?
Well, it looks like the American big shot doesn't have all the answers. You won't be able to set foot on Monoriki. Our government ceased all tourist and trade routes in that direction after the disappearances of 2 of our natives and restricted access on the island completely after 3 tourists such as yourself went missing there. On top of that, no ship's crew would be crazy enough to risk taking a tourist out to that dreaded island, no matter how much you paid them.
I'm well aware of the rumors, stories, and risks, but I didn't come all the way to Fiji just to turn back now. All I'm asking is for transport, something small even, to get me as close to the island as possible. I'm not asking for any crewmen to join me or risk their freedom for me. It's just a simple drop-off, one-way trip. But, now that you mention restricted access, I'd very much appreciate it if you could...
Enough! I'm not going to assist you in getting yourself put away or worse, killed. It appears talking about this further won't sway your decision in the slightest, so you leave me no choice. If you insist on trudging down this path, then I'm going to have to call the police.
Look, I know you have to stick to the rules, But I'm not one of your people, and I'm certainly no ordinary tourist. Surely you can turn the other cheek just this once.
Ugh, you are some piece of work. Stubborn to the bone. No means no. Go back to your America and forget this pointless venture. I say this once more. No one sets foot on Monoriki.
But... well, that went better than I expected. At least this guy didn't shut me out the second I mentioned that damn island. No matter, if I can't get the transportation I require through simple means, then I'll just have to catch a ride myself. That evening, I returned to the docks under the night's shadowy veil, sneaking past the guards patrolling the main gate. Security around the entire dock was heavier than it had been a few hours prior. That old man must have informed the island police of my intentions, and now planned to arrest me. There was little chance they'd give up the search anytime soon, and I was in no mood to wait things out. How hard could it be? If I got past the gate patrol, the rest of these patrolmen should be no big challenge. Before I set my stealthy plan into motion, I caught a glimpse of a small rowboat near the shore. The boat could be reached as long as I stuck to the island underbrush and moved as silently as possible. I knew once I sat down in that creaky boat and grabbed the oars that my escape would make too much noise and alert the nearest patrol. If I was careful and slowly inched my way out further into the water, I could let the current do the work and drift me out to sea until I was far enough to make all the noise I wanted, with no one to capture me. After silently rowing and watching the shore for any patrols who might catch me sneaking off, I had made it far enough away that the police were getting smaller, while my destination grew bigger. Luck was on my side that evening, but it was not meant to last once the roaring of thunder in the clouds caught my attention. The waves grew harsher, and the wind blew mercilessly, threatening to push the boat away from Monoriki Island. I gripped the oars and continued my motions, battling the waves and wind with all my might. For my family's sake and all that I've lost, I would make it to that island no matter what the ocean threw at me. The sea took my challenge and decided to cut my journey short with a massive wave building up higher and higher until it towered over me, blocking out the moon and shrouding everything beneath in darkness, before descending down upon my little craft. The sound of rushing water was the last thing I remember before blacking out completely. Never once did I think this was how I'd meet my end. At least, I could have known the truth before I met my demise. I woke up with the morning sun beating down on me. I gasped for breath and spit up seawater on a sandy shore, my shoeless bare feet digging into the coarse sand as I groggily pushed myself up. My first assumption was that I was back where I started from, that the police, by some miracle, had not discovered me yet. To my surprise, when I lifted my head, I was met with some of the tallest, purest, most beautiful trees and plant life that I had ever seen. Some plants resembled those that are common on more of the popular Fiji islands, but nothing quite so large and pure. As if the change of scenery wasn't enough of a clue, the sight of multiple backpacks lying deep in the sand around me was enough to clear up my suspicions. I had finally arrived on Monuriki Island. Question is, how to find the creature I've been looking for. If my assumptions were correct, she'd be most likely to take residence closer to the heart of the island. That's where I'd start. I dug the bags out from underneath the sand, rummaged through them for any supplies I might need. Apart from a medical kit, a couple of flares, a compass, and a uniquely odd-shaped dagger, everything was damaged or worn out. With the rumbling of my stomach and my determination as fuel, I strapped the dagger and sheath to my pocket stuffed the supplies into the backpack with the least amount of wear and tear, and set off on my way, stepping forward into the jungle part of the island. No turning back now.
Wakey, wakey. Rise and shine. Damn it, wake up already.
Ah!
It's about time. I tried waking you nicely, but your stubbornness became too unbearable. I suppose that's another despicable human trait I can add to the list. Right up there with violence and your stupid, slappable face.
Where am I? Wait. Where did you get that? Give it back to me!
Fool. In case you haven't noticed, you're in no position to make demands. Giving you this knife would surely lead to my demise. So don't think for 1 second that you're dealing with an idiot. For the 6th human to trespass on my jungle, you're the first to not cower and snivel in fear at the sight of me. Either you really are a fool, or you hit your head harder than I thought.
Your jungle? That's right. I was making my way deeper into the island. I don't remember how I got here.
Really? You don't know? You strolled about down the path like the fool you are until you stepped into my trap. I wrapped my tail around your ankle and lifted you into my tree. But you just had to struggle and thus knocking your big head into a thick branch.
It can't be. Could you really be?
Ugh, took you long enough. Though to be honest, I expected your body to be shivering and shuddering uncontrollably under my coils by now. No matter. I can change that real easy. You're going to make one delicious meal. It's the only thing humans are good for in my book.
Wait. You're not going to eat me, are you?
Why wouldn't I? You trespassed on my territory and now you have to face the consequences. In this case, it involves you becoming my breakfast.
You don't need to kill me. I'm more useful to you alive than dead.
I highly doubt that. If I leave you alive, you'll just keep babbling my ear off. But if you're dead, you'll at least satisfy my hunger for a couple of days. Give me one good reason why I should let such a fool walk free.
Well, because I know what you are. You're a Lamia.
How dare you? You humans shouldn't even know I exist, let alone what my species is called. What else do you know?
I know that they're extinct. Except for you. Please, I can't.
So you know who I am. All the more reason to kill you here and now. Not very bright, are you?
Maybe not. But I do know how to pry myself out of a tight spot.
You better not be having any delusional thoughts of escaping. I've got you bound tight and helpless with your weapon. Out of reach. In other words, the only place you'll be headed is my stomach.
I didn't say I was escaping, did I? I'm going to pry myself out of getting eaten by offering a proposal.
A proposal?
A deal.
A human with a sense of humor. I've got to say, you're the first wretched piece of scum to ever make me laugh. To think a fool such as yourself can offer me anything in exchange for your life is just too funny.
I think you might change your mind once you hear what I have to say.
You've got one chance. Don't waste it.
Thank you. Going off of what you've been saying and doing, I can surmise that I'm the only human you've encountered who knows what you are. A Lamia. I have done my research for a few years now, and with the lack of materials on Lamias, Everyone believes you to be a myth. But like my father, I've never stopped believing in the impossible, and strived to—
Oh, for the love of... Just get to the point. I could care less what your father does or what drove you to be obsessed with my race. Why should I spare your life?
Because I think you need me. And I need you. Think about it. Aren't you tired of all that hate? Wouldn't you like the chance to know more about humanity? To learn that not all of us are evil and wretched as you think?
Stop trying to sympathize with me. You have no idea what I've been through. I should slay you here and now for speaking such a way.
I'm sorry, you're right. But surely there has to be some truth to what I'm saying here. Spare my life, keep me as your slave, do what you want with me, and I'll teach you that not all humans are monsters. I can also divulge all that I've learned about your race, if that's what you desire.
And what exactly would you want in return?
All I ask is that you tell me more about you. I wish to know what happened to your race. I want to understand why your people were plunged into the depths of mythology, and why you are among the last still living. If I fail in carrying out my end of the deal, you are free to kill me. If I succeed and you let me go, I have no transportation, no way off this island. In other words, this is a win-win for you. So please, don't let my journey and sacrifices be for nothing.
For a pitiful fool, you strike a decent bargain. We have a deal, pretty boy. I'm giving you 1 month to change my mind about humans. I believe your bravery has earned that generous amount of time. However, don't think this time is going to be easy or luxurious. While under my care, you will do whatever I ask when I ask. This includes leaving the tree to gather my meals, rubbing my tail when I'm tired, and when you're not busy, you will stay in my coils, close enough to where I can keep an eye on you.
Of course. Your jungle, your rules.
1 month, human. After that, you're either walking down that path or down my gullet. Get the picture? Good. Now, time to set up a little security measure in case you try anything funny to wiggle out of our deal.
Impossible. What is this?
This, silly boy, is my power. No matter how much you may come to know about my species, you'll never be strong enough to withstand my spirals.
Hypnosis.
That's right. Seems you can still think properly. Let's fix that, shall we? Why fight it? Why not just take a rest from the world? Why not let those burdens slip from your shoulders, huh? Doesn't sleep sound so much more blissful?
Please.
Oh, now that's adorable. You actually believe I'm giving you a choice here. Both eyes, please. Just relax now. This is for your own good. I need to ensure you won't be finding that dagger and killing me anytime soon. Besides, it's been a while since I've had the pleasure to toy with a fool's mind. Aw, don't fight it. That's it. Give in and take a little rest for the day. I don't know why you're so interested in my species, human. What are you trying to prove by coming here? What did you hope to gain from this? So many questions. I suppose we'll have to wait and see. Until then, I'll put a little safety measure in your tiny head to ensure you don't have any nasty tricks in store. Know this, boy, that the path you take from this point on is entirely on you and your ability to prove your worth to me. Don't disappoint me now. I'd hate for my fun to run short.